welcome to Echoes of Eternity. How's it going? Uh, is that hand supposed to be me at the end? At least for this scenario, am I like, oh, I got you die now? Is that who I'm supposed to be? I hope so.
Yep, it was you. Couldn't you
Thank
tell?
you. I'm glad someone's gonna lie to me tonight.
It's you taking our light side dice.
Oh, they're mine now.
You gotta do the half clench, the like, yeah, that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like, and then they absorb into my body, I think is what happens at the end of.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's I mean, that's what happens in that video. It's great. Hi everyone.
I'm glad we established
what am I talking about? Yeah. What am I talking about? Star Wars is what we're talking about. Boy oh boy. Where do we leave off last time? Let's see. Sam was accosted by a mysterious woman and then proceeded to be hit on. Anna tried to hit on the exact same woman, failed. Let's see. Bikeman didn't really do anything. And Pocket bashed innocent civilians upside the head and murdered many people.
No, I didn't.
I think that's what happened.
I strangled one, okay? I strangled one. He got to live.
I'm just saying, many people died. But that's not really what happened. As with every episode, we have a little recap, a Star Warsy recap. A bargain has been struck, right? In an effort to break into the Imperial prison Bleak Point Station, ULAGO agreed to help Prince of the Black Sun crime syndicate, Cin Kad. His brother held within the prison walls, he has come to Nam Chorios to secure his release. But with PR3's desire to enter the prison and Daeyos' mysterious origins, will the team's past finally catch up to them? Meanwhile, Oda Kanali has seen a dark vision in the corrupted minds of a mind-controlled slave. A metal hallway, a red glow, and dark power. Is this a glimpse into the past or the future? And what could it mean for the fate of the galaxy? And... oh no, this isn't one of the doo-doo-doos. This is a whomp! We're right into it. And it's the four of you underground, as you recall, deep within the earth of Nam Chorios, in the underground city beneath the main city of Quake and you have just agreed to help a crime syndicate prince of the Black Sun get his brother out of prison. And in some insane way, you have agreed. And so all you have now is the data pad which he has given you and whatever plans you can come up with.
It's probably
so I leave it to the four of you. Yeah, what would you like to do first? And then we'll get started on all these roles we have to do.
Okay. What did we get in return for breaking him out again?
He's gonna give you a ton of money. Like a ludicrous sum of money he's gonna give to you.
Like 1 million credits, he said.
Yeah, like I think it was 2 maybe million. A ludicrous sum of cash. He pointed to a wall of Imperial credits. But with all this said, this is definitely one of those things where your plan was to break in, at least as far as I'm aware, your plan was to break in and get a ship. Which means, if you break in, get the ship, and then try to re-land on the same planet, it's bad news for y'all. But you could buy a ship with 2 million credits. Or
yeah, I was going to say, that should cover it, right?
It's a Black Sun crime syndicate, guys, so they could just kill you. Or you could figure out what PR3 wants to do there. PR3 clearly has motivations unshared with the group. Who knows? Who knows? There are many things to do. But if you would like to look at the data pad, you can also do that. But before we jump into that, let's jump into this. If you all would be so kind as to give me your destiny pool. If you would roll for destiny. Whoa, that's so many light side points.
Yeah.
Oops, I clicked
Oh
use light side instead of roll destiny.
That's fine. I'll give you one back. Boop. There we go.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Oh my
Oh.
god. I'm gonna put extra ones on the board now. Oh my lord. All right. Well, the good news is, y'all should definitely start using those this episode to improve
Better.
your play. Oh my god. So I need to add a bunch to the actual thing. Get out of town. Look at y'all. All right. Token. Look at this. This is nonsense. 6 whole light side tokens. That's fine, because that means there's potential for me to get dark side tokens. Okay. And because I love you all, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It is
It's probably
exactly
bad
what it
for one
needs
of
to
us.
be.
It's bad for
Exactly
one
what
of
it needs to be. All right. So you have in your possession a data pad that ULAGO secured last time, as all of you were being overwhelmed by the pheromones in the sex drug den of the Faline leader, Cin Kad, and his weird Twi'lek girl that was kind of hitting on Daeyos. Now that you have this information, now that you have this data pad, what would you like to do with it?
I mean, look at it.
ULAGO has it, right?
He does.
Look
Yeah,
at it.
He's not doing anything with it.
It's risky,
Maybe
but
touch it or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
gonna
are you going to look
PR3.
through, like, what's the
gonna try-
objective here?
I think PR3 should look at it.
what am I
I
looking
don't
at
know.
again? Sorry.
I have no
So this is
idea.
basically got like plans into the prison.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's
schematic,
right. The schematics. Okay. Yep.
Shift
Yeah.
shift rotations, all that stuff.
All the good stuff. Yeah. Cool.
That's stuff that I would hope PR3 can like remember when the rest of us are like, what was it
That's
again?
That's like my forte.
Yeah.
Yeah, ULAGO hands it to PR3 and he says, "Memorize this, will ya?"
Of course. Jesse, I got a bunch of inventory when I was character creating, and I can't for the life of me remember anything except for the scanner because I didn't write it down.
You have a scanner. You have that little thing all droids have, the little like dongle that pops out.
Right, like
your
Robocop.
stomp link, if you will, and
Yeah.
you have that, and you have a hand scanner as well. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. I'll have to look up that information for you. But the hand
Alright, cool.
scanner did a thing as well. But that's all you have. You have your like visual and your like hand thingy, and that's scum.
Okay, cool. Just
Your
refreshing myself.
robo dongle. Yeah. So if you're gonna take a look at this thing, I would love if you would give me a roll.
Mhm.
I think it's probably
light side.
computers, but it's your call.
What did you say, Sam?
Use the light side.
Really? You think?
Yeah.
Might as well. You have
All right.
literally 6 of them.
Okay. Is it cool with everyone else?
Yeah, I think we need to memorize this. It's kind of important, so.
All
Yeah.
right, rolling it.
All right, I've
And we do
upgraded.
have tons.
Yeah, and give me one of your destiny points, please. If you would be so
Alright.
kind.
How do I do?
It's just under destiny pool. Just use light side point.
Yes. There you go.
Cool. All right, I already put it on your roll, so you're good. Yes, you also got 2 advantage. Feel free to use those however you would like. But actually, is there anything you want to use them on right now before I give you information?
Oh God, I have to look at that like dice spending sheet here for a sec.
Sure.
Is that what I'm looking at?
Yep.
Can you use the advantage to like discover something?
You can definitely use it to help you in said discovery of stuff, because he already got the success.
Yeah.
So
So he's
notice
gonna
a
know
single
things.
important point. Is that the one I should use? Do you think?
I mean, if that's the one, I'm not gonna tell you
that
what to
would
do.
probably that would probably be the one. Well, I'm asking technical question, not in fucking. All right. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so as you go through the data pad, you notice that where'd I put my notes?
Like, I'm
You
not missing
notice that-
anything from this.
Sure. You notice that there are 3 ways marked to enter the facility. There is the rear guard entrance, in which you have access to all of the guard shifts and guard changes. However, it appears that there is a standard uniform that all the guards wear, and more importantly, all the guards are human. So this could be an awkward situation for you. The next entrance is a ventilation system. You can enter through the vents, and it will give you secure access throughout most of the facility. However, because it's the ventilation system, it is cramped, and you will have to roll to be quiet as you move through. But if you succeed, you will have unlimited access to all over. And of course, there is the waste management system underground that will lead you into the heart of the facility. However, the waste management system is run by many machines, and all those machines are designed to compact and to minimize the space waste takes up. It notes in big bold...
Yeah.
Yes. It notes in big bold letters, flames, lots of flames, is what it says.
All right, explain all this to them.
Sure.
Well, the ventilation system sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing you note, the important thing you note, is that this information is 2 cycles old.
How long's the cycle?
In a standard cycle, let's think of it like 1 year, but it's like a standard. There's like a standard year.
A standard year, huh? They could have upgraded their stuff by then if there was like iPhone 12 or something came out.
Yeah, it seems like a long time for a crime syndicate not to upgrade their information.
It's what they know. It's what's on this sheet.
What they know, yeah.
Mind you, this bounty has been sitting there for a long time in the guild.
Okay.
It seems this information is outdated by 2 cycles. I would suggest perhaps finding light intel on any changes that could have been made.
How would we do that?
I leave that up to you.
Well, could you just plug in again? One of those plug beep boop pluggy things.
You wish for me to plug in all of your problems away, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, think about this. It's a prison. It's not the Ritz. They're not going to be upgrading the air ventilation for the prisoners. This is, I say, we do the air ventilation.
It depends on the attitude of the warden and how much he is willing to please his masters.
You actually know a little bit about the warden. Yes, on this list, it mentions that the warden is named Commander Rains. You've actually heard Commander Rains before when you were on the ship. Commander Rains is known as a very strict Imperial officer and one that can be trusted with keeping the order inside of a prison. But other than that, you don't know anything about this character. You do know that he is considered pretty close with top Imperial brass.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like the type of guy who would not be on the cutting edge. Probably switch up his patrols a lot. Is there any way for me to look up more information on him nearby?
You certainly can try, but I will say that the deeper you delve into Imperial security, the more chance you have.
More red flags.
To be red flagged. Yep.
I agree with ULAGO. I think the ventilation system is at least moderately safe.
You can change guard rotations, but you can't change the building structure. Can you?
At worst, maybe there'll be some sensors.
How is he gonna get in here with us? I point to PR3.
It's a good point. You can't crawl, can you?
I could perhaps communicate remotely and be the droid in the van.
We could drag you.
Does that sound like I'm clunking around with me getting dragged behind? Sounds like a great idea.
That is ludicrous.
Some fabric under you, drag you like a little sled. You know, as long as you don't move too much, should be fine.
I highly doubt that is efficient.
I just like the idea of it. Remote sounds good too.
Out of character, aren't you like an Imperial droid?
I am.
Oh yeah.
So hang on. Surely you'll just be able to move around undetected anyway. Look at you.
I assume I would need certain access ciphers and code phrases.
If we get those, you're good, right?
Likely.
Okay. How do we get those?
Are they not in the information in the data pad?
Are they in the information in the datapad? Need droid information?
they are
I'm
not.
sure they use like keys and
No.
stuff. Do I need a dongle
There are no.
to unlock my
There are
Avid
no-
Studio?
No, there are no ciphers. There's nothing that would help a droid. All the information assumes that the people trying to break in are not equipped with droid dongles and various other things. So yeah, this is
What
not meant
the,
for a droid. This information.
I strike my bed. What if we kidnap a droid? Droid nap.
We would have to find a way to get one outside of the perimeter, and as far as I know, droids do not enjoy biological breaks.
It must send someone errands.
Maybe they've thrown one away. They probably throw droids
They've
away all the
thrown one
time.
away.
Hey, I think you're onto something.
It's true. Maybe they have.
Well, we could certainly check the waste disposal dumpsters.
Maybe there's just a droid head or something. We could just plug right in.
I'm going to go find a more savvy group that's breaking into this prison now.
We want to find where the trash goes.
The trash would go to your third option, which was the
When they
underground
jump
waste
droids
management.
separately.
No, they throw them all down the trash.
I guess we're going in the trash.
All right, but then can we come back out and go into the ventilation system instead?
Well,
I mean, if that's what you guys want to do.
here's my theory. Okay. We get the ciphers. We hook up PR3. He can disable the trash compactors from inside. We can go in without any risk. It's flawless. Yeah?
As long as a nice bath is waiting for us after it's all over.
I just don't
A
say
bath?
anything. I have nothing to say.
I would not sully my pristine visage with the waste of this prison.
Look,
I am immaculate.
I'm sure we could find you a hose
he
afterwards.
stares at Oda. It's your call.
Well, do we have the ability to communicate to PR3 out here? Because if that's the case, then we don't really need him inside, do we?
It would be pretty useful to have him inside.
Yeah,
Do any of you have a comm link?
would be in our inventory?
It would. I'm going to say no, since none of you bought one.
The answer is no.
PR3 does. PR3 has one built in. So he can talk to himself, but unless you have,
I could buy
you know,
a comm link. I'm sure
you
that
very well
it's-
could if you wanted to go look for one. I'm sure there's one in the underground market somewhere, and you have the money.
Mhm. Yes, I do.
One caveat. Once you are in control inside the prison, I must be allowed to enter. It is of the utmost importance that I find my master.
Who?
Who?
Yes.
Master Vestis.
Who's that?
He is my master.
What else does he do?
Senator Vestis.
Well, if he's in an Imperial prison, I probably like him.
That is
Depends if he's in
irrelevant.
the cell or not.
That's a good point.
He is currently incarcerated.
Well then, how do you plan on getting? Do you plan on bringing him out?
I must reach my master.
Yes, and then what?
I will fulfill my objective.
What is
Alright.
your objective? She's talking
Real
to him
three.
like Siri.
We can't
Oh my
save
God.
2 people. It's too much work. So, do we need to save him or not?
I must reach my objective.
This is helpful.
Is he short-circuiting?
You might be.
Heap
PR3.
of junk.
What is your objective?
My current objective is.
There's definitely something wrong with this droid.
He's possessed.
Well, I'm on team leave him here now.
All right, that sounds safer and less disgusting anyway.
Are you still
wanna
going to
go
try and
buy
get a
a comm
comm link
link.
then?
Yeah.
Okay. Will you give me a, I guess this could be really several different things. I think you could either go with streetwise or
Sounds like a streetwise thing to me.
Yeah, perception. You're just trying to find it in the underground market area. Give me
Sounds
one.
like skullduggery to me.
Could also be that.
Skullduggery and
but this-
streetwise are the same amount of dice.
Yeah, this isn't too bad. This should be. So, you have the advantage on that, and oh, sorry. Will you re-roll? It's only supposed to have one negative die. There you go. Thank you. So yeah, you managed to get 2 advantage. Feel free to use those however you would like, but for your main success, you managed to walk around for only a few short minutes and discover several marketplaces selling all sorts of different wares and tech gadgets and different, various things that people would need that aren't too rare in this galaxy. So you could find them on a planet like this. And of course, one of them is a comlink. The comlink is going to cost you 100 credits, though.
That's so expensive.
It is very expensive.
Is there a way to use my advantage to like haggle them down?
I think you could.
I want to do that.
Yeah. So the alien who runs the stall, in a very squeaky alien dialect, begins to haggle with you about the price of this comlink, and at first is squeaking about how it is always going to be 100 credits. It says on the sign it's 100 credits. That's the way it works. There is no sale.
I decide that this seems like the kind of alien that would get easily flustered, so I pretend I don't understand, and I try to offer him 50 credits.
The alien looks at you.
Fair price. Here you go.
The alien looks at you and is, again, squeaking very loudly and inconsolably, looks to its slightly more bearded partner, and it kind of wiggles over, and it looks at you and looks at the 50 credits and points to the sign that very clearly in Orabesh says 100 credits, and they're just like pointing
And
at
I
the
keep
sign.
smiling at them and being like I
They-
think that we're all in agreement.
Sure. Will you I might give you this for fun. Will you do a let's see, what craziness. Either charm, coercion, or a skullduggery to see if you can like convince them through stupidity.
I'm gonna charm. This is just like
Okay.
I'm just trying to be so cute.
Yeah. They like, you put on the charm and you seem just like an out of town just, a little smile and a wink, and they're just frustrated with you, and they look at the credits, and they look at the sign, and they're just like, they take the money, and they begin to head back into the shop, and you can definitely tell, while you don't understand what they're saying, they are talking about you, and it's not good. they're
That's
very
fine.
much pissed off about you, but they walk back into the shop.
And can I use the 2 advantage I got on that to recover strain?
Of course.
Because I'm just feeling so good, like, she still got it. Just recover some strain.
You managed to get this comm link, and it's going to take, I think, 1 or 2 of you to work your magic on it to get it connected to PR3 and to have it connected to, the proper channels. This would probably take some sort of, I don't know, I'm thinking either computers or an education role or something like that. Something that would require you to know this information. Something you could easily mess with and fix in order to get him linked.
I could use education, but I'm going to argue this could also be like something I learned on the black market. So maybe skullduggery.
I don't know if I use skullduggery for the operation of messing with tech.
Okay, I'll use education.
Yeah, I mean, you know this. You grew up in the best schools of the Republic. Of course you know this. And I'm going to say that because you got 3, not only have you linked it to PR3, but you now can receive calls from pretty much anyone. You've established a universal link, and now you have access to not just numbers that but now you can just dial random people, imagining that's how this works.
Nice.
So even though most of the time it's about a connection, right? Like I'm talking to you like a walkie-talkie. You now have a much wider access range where you can, if you can see them, you can call them. I'm gonna let you have that.
Cool.
Right.
Testing. PR3. Testing. What is your objective?
My objective is...
He's still broken.
Pardon me.
I don't
We're
think
just
he's
going
broken.
to go in thinking that it's fine, that he's going to do whatever.
I mean, we're
So you
gonna
want to
be
try and go
with
through the
him, aren't we?
ventilation?
I
Yeah, why
suppose.
not?
Is that the plan?
I think so.
Yeah, but
So-
Okay.
PR3, explain to me one more time what you're going to do.
I will use detailed schematics to guide you.
And then you want to come in.
Once you're inside, you can provide me with codes or ciphers I will need to enter.
And how will we get those?
You will probably need to pass through a data center.
All right.
Piece of cake.
All right, let's go.
Goodbye, PR3.
Taw, taw.
What did I do with this? All right. So,
Hey.
trying to find this file for you, so I don't. I'm not a dummy. So, you will be entering through the ventilation system, which means, all right, here we go. I had to get the map out. All right. Okay. So you are going to have to go through several underground tunnels in order to make it to the outskirts of this cavernous area overlooking the underground river. And there is where a lot of the ventilation systems sort of pump air out and into this underground cavern. You can enter from there. However, in order to get there, you're going to have to traverse the outside of the city. So you have to go to the underground city limits and cliffside walk around towards where the vents are. There are platforms out there because maintenance is done, but it is considered unsafe, and you will have to do some various athletics checks to make sure you don't fall to your death. If you are cool with that, we can proceed.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Excellent.
Yep.
PR3, are you going to stay... Like, where are you going to be exactly?
Blah.
Is there
where do
any
you wanna
place
head
nearby that looks like it's a secure, safe little spot?
I mean, there are many secure, safe little spots. The question is, what is your objective here when they're going to get you security codes, and then
Right.
you're going to enter from
I'm going to enter the front door.
Okay.
I am the new droid that belongs there.
Okay, so you would probably want to find a way to get back to the surface,
Right.
which is where the main entrance is.
Right, okay. Fair.
But I'll leave that up to you to decide what to do.
Yeah. Well, I just need a place where I can communicate with them and then just go when I'm ready, honestly. So
Okay. Sure.
I think there's any place like that near if I go to the entrance now, is there a place I can communicate with them? Like,
no, there are many places you communicate.
that I know of? Yeah.
Thankfully for the world of Star Wars, comlinks pretty much work everywhere for
Right.
some unknown reason. So there's, who knows anything about signals.
I just
So
need
you
a not
should,
stupid
in theory, be
place.
fine.
A not stupid place where people are going to be going in and out of for any reason.
Okay.
That's because comics actually just work on magic.
Mhm.
Space magic.
Space magic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
don't
wind of
question it.
children.
Mm-hmm.
So you can hide anywhere you like. If you will be so kind as to roll for me, we'll see
Yes,
exactly
what
what
kind?
kind of hiding you're going to do.
Oh, goody.
This would be a stealth roll.
Oh, lovely. Where? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is gonna go well.
It's going to go so well. I believe in you. All right, so here's the thing. They tell you to hide, and you proceed to not hide at all. What does that look like?
I proceed to not hide at all.
Right, they tell you to hide, but you're a droid. You've never hid from anything in your life, so what do you end up doing?
I take one step into an alleyway.
Great. Yeah. You've seen how humans hide. You know that they like to be sneaky in alleyways, so you take one step into an alleyway and you're just standing in an alley, but still very visible to everyone. And
This is correct. This is what humans do.
the team just gives you a look and then proceeds on their way. As you near the ventilation system, you see 3 giant fans blowing through massive grates into the open air of this underground reservoir. There are platforms that lead to these giant fans. However, because it's Star Wars, the platforms have no handrails. So it's just metal platforms leading out along the cliffside. Would you like to continue walking forward onto these platforms?
Hell yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
ULAGO goes first.
Okay, would you all give me a let's see here. What kind of
Athletical?
roll? Yeah, this is definitely an athletics roll. Just give me an athletics check to see if you can maintain your balance while there is lots of wind blowing. Yeah, well, this is rough. So, ULAGO, you you manage to keep your balance just fine. It takes a little stress because you're wearing a lot of armor, but you do just fine. Dio, you're doing just fine as well. Wait, hold on. Who is doing just fine? Dio, did you roll twice?
Oda's doing fine,
Oh,
but it's
did I?
stressful.
Oh, I rolled twice. Oh, my bad. I rolled twice.
That's fine.
I think I double clicked on accident. That happens sometimes.
So, Oda, you are doing fine, but you take some stress. You both take some stress
I'm not doing
from
fine.
the experience. And thankfully, because of their amazing rolls, Dio, I'm going to say that you begin to stumble as the wind knocks you and your giant weapon back, and the two grab onto you and sort of pull you back into the cliff face. It's one of those like, oh, she's going to fall. Oh, no, she's not going to fall scenes. And you manage to sort of push yourself up against the cliff and walk along this path. Before you stand three very big moving fans. What would you like to do? They are about the size of 3 Odas, we'll say, and they are very big, moving not rapidly, but just like that.
So it'd be easy
And
to like
they're-
step through them.
Timed, yes. They would be very easy if you timed your step in. And there are grates, so you would have to sort of shimmy through those. And we'll roll to see if you can fit to begin with.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Yeah, because
All right.
ideally I'd like to not like destroy any of it or stop any of it because I feel like that would set off alarms.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If you would be, oh my God. Yeah. All right. So ULAGO's doing just great. I need the rest of you to roll athletics as well.
Oh,
Oda
man.
doing fantastic. All right. So,
Shit.
we'll start this way. Dio, you begin to go into the ventilation system, but because your armor is so beefy, you get stuck in the metal grating, and you can't sort of get through. You keep trying to push. Meanwhile, Oda just slips on through to the other side and like looks at you and can't believe how much stuff you actually have and how it's just getting in the way. And ULAGO, you trigger a triumph. So tell me, what does that look like? You see these two before you. What does your triumph do?
I think my triumph manifests in the form of a temporary like maintenance switch that allows me to disable the fan and help Dio.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you notice along the outside, there's just straight up a switch, like one of those giant, almost novelty ones. You go right, and it turns off the vents from the outside. A ridiculous thing for a prison to have, but yet there it is, on the outside. And you flip the switch, and the fans stop in the one chamber you have entered, and the group of you take a moment to sort of push Dio right through, you like force her through, like poo in the hole, just like, come on,
Why'd you have to describe it like that?
like poo in a hole. You have to, like Winnie the Pooh, not like poop the poo. And so they
I totally was just hearing poo like poop.
No, I'm like Winnie the Pooh when he gets stuck in the hole. I realize what I said now sounded insane, but
Yeah.
what I meant was Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, you wanted it real bad, Chief.
What I meant was Winnie the Pooh. and so,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
You-
Once we shove Dio through, he'll turn the fans back on, so it does not raise suspicion.
Sure.
Just turn it like we couldn't have done that before. We
What?
just
No one
started
looked
with
for
that.
it.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that would have been helpful, you know. I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, maybe you could shed a few pounds. That'd be helpful too.
Wow.
You don't call a lady fat. Just walk away.
He keeps walking. Yeah.
So you have in your schematics a readout of the ventilation system. And the ventilation system goes above everything. Some rooms it is a mere 12 feet off the ground. In some rooms, it is hundreds of feet off the ground. And you notice that if you follow the ventilation system up the direction it's going right now, you come out above in the ventilation system, above the trash compacting area. If you follow that along, there's a left and a right path. The right path takes you towards where the hangar is. The left path takes you towards where the prison cells are. If you continue on the right past the hangar, you get to the Imperial command center. And if you continue left past the Imperial prison cells, you get to a room marked "Do Not Enter."
Marked like on our schematics, do not enter?
Yeah.
Well, we probably shouldn't enter then. If these are supposed to be helpful to us.
I'm not gonna
True.
contest that.
And which way takes us to like the detention block that we're trying to get to?
Left will take you to the prison cells and the detention blocks. Right will take you to the hangar and the Imperial control facility, the officers area, basically where you would need to get the codes from for PR3.
Well, but so our data pad is supposed to help us get to this prisoner and break them out, right?
Yes.
So why would
And
it be
he would
telling us not
be-
to enter the detention block?
Well, it's telling you whatever's beyond the detention block. There's something beyond the detention block
Oh,
that is marked "Do Not Enter."
gotcha. Okay. I think we should go left.
Yeah, three's
Find
not be
our
happy about
target.
that.
Well, I don't know.
Am I supposed to be
I'm-
consulting them on the radio right about now too?
Yeah,
Unless they
that's true.
consult you, you wouldn't really know what they're saying.
Oh, okay.
So unless they talk to you,
Look,
be really
maybe
helpful to
we
have
can
something
see his master for him, right? If he's in the detention block, then it makes sense we can go left. We can do it for him. When you ask him,
We don't
Yeah.
know what he wants with his master.
Yeah, he
Well,
seems
why
to
not
not
ask
be able
him?
to say.
PR3, what is your objective?
Coming. Say again. You are
What?
not coming in clearly.
What is your objective?
Say the button.
Say again. You are not coming in clearly.
Who is your master?
Senator Vestis.
Why do you need to see them?
You are, of course, making good progress now, yes? Are you almost there?
Oda,
Yes.
ask him if we can see him for him. Can we go see your master for you?
It is of the utmost importance that I personally be in the presence of my master. My objective is...
I don't
Well-
speak whatever that is.
Me neither. I suppose we could go get the codes.
I don't know how I could have been more clear than I just was.
so silly.
I mean, if we go right, we could probably open the cells from the data center, right?
That's a good idea.
Actually, well, do we want to open a bunch of prisoners out?
If it's
Hey, nothing
Imperial
easier for us
prisoners,
than a little bit
yes.
of chaos.
That's true. Would stir a little chaos. And then you get to use your gun, maybe.
I say we do it.
All right.
All right. I'm in.
We go
Let's
right.
go right. We're gonna go right, Chief.
Okay, let me get to my notes. All right. So you head right, and you find yourselves. Well, first off, you head up and continue along the path, and find yourselves above the trash compacting area. It smells awful. You can't see what's below you, but you can smell it, and it smells terrible. You also feel like a heat coming up from below. Whatever's down there is probably very, very hot the metal as you sort of move through this ventilation system is almost hot to the touch, and you're sort of hot potatoing your way across this metal beneath your feet, eventually finding yourselves at the crossroads and heading to the right. As you do so, you hear below you the sound of cargo containers and various lifting vehicles and transport vehicles moving about this hangar, and you can hear the officers talking to stormtroopers and other Imperials below. They are moving something from this facility, and they are preparing to transfer it. That is all you can hear without taking the time to listen or spy.
Okay.
As you continue on, you make your way to the Imperial command area, and the ventilation system becomes much smaller because you're no longer up in a giant hangar, but now you are moving through bedrooms and offices and things like that. The hangar...
Are we single filing it?
Pretty much. The ventilation system becomes much more split off, we'll say. There's many directions you can go. It appears they're all heading in the same direction, but there are now many different paths to take. In fact, there are 4 in front of you. Which path would you take?
PR3. There are 4 paths. Which should we take?
What do I know about these paths?
You know nothing. In fact, there aren't on the schematics. The schematics just say that there's a path that leads here, and these are sort of the vents that go, to each individual room. So they probably have stopping points that when you get to the end, you can push out the grate and you'll end up somewhere. But you don't
Most
know.
irregular. These do not appear on the schematic. Exercise caution.
Do we split up?
Is there any way we could listen and hear if we see if we hear anything coming down one of them?
Sure,
Sounds?
Of course. Yeah.
Perception.
Which one do you want to listen down?
I guess the one on the right.
Yeah, will you give me a perception check, please?
Okay, ready?
I am ready.
Are we all rolling?
Let's do one at a time for right now. So, Dio, you hear something down. Which one is this that you chose? I'm sorry.
The one on the far right.
All right. So we'll mark this as number 1, just for the sake of it. You hear from down on number 1, you hear something that sounds like a conversation, but you cannot make any of it out.
Okay. Is anyone looking
If you
at
would
any
like,
of the other
you
one?
can, yeah.
Yeah.
You can look at another one, or someone else can try and hear another one.
I'm gonna try starting from the opposite side. I'll start with
Okay,
number 4.
so this will be number 4. Oh, unfortunately, all you hear are the noises of the vents and the wind, and you're distracted by the fact that way back from where you were, you heard them moving something, and it's kind of bugging you because it seemed very important. But yeah, you can't focus, so you have no idea what's down number 4.
ULAGO, do you hear anything?
Do I hear anything? Let's see. Hell no.
Yeah, you strain as well. You cannot hear anything down number 4 as
I
well.
don't hear a damn thing.
I go to the one next to the one at the right that I was at. So the second
So
one,
number
I guess.
2. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Oops, I rolled.
Ah, yes. You strain a little, but you manage to hear something that sounds like another conversation, but this time not between 2 people in a room, but between someone and a holo video or holo transmission.
Okay. I heard people talking, but I couldn't make out anything in one, and then now I'm hearing someone talk to a hollow device.
Yeah, this one
Okay.
you can't
Is
make
this one
out what the
closer?
conversation is, but you can definitely make out the fact that the two people talking, one is not in the room. It's just one person in the room by themselves.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes the most sense that would be the data center, right?
It could be, or we could just drop down there, and there's only like one, maybe two people there. Then easily take them out.
Sounds good to me.
I think we should try to avoid confrontation as long as we can.
Or just make it really quiet.
Well, if they're the kind of Imperial guards that wouldn't be recognized, we could just take their... Wait, well, are you human?
I am, yeah.
Okay. You could take one of their uniforms and pretend to be the guards that we take out.
Do you want me to dress up as one of them?
Well, in order not to have anyone notice they're missing.
And then you just want me
Lago's
to see-
already crawling down the vent.
Okay, yeah, I know. I'm just like, we'll
Oda's
see.
like, blah, 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 and they're like, oh, yeah, let's go.
We're already crawling.
So, you begin to crawl down this vent. You're headed down number 2, you said?
Yeah, we're down number 2.
All right. As you begin to get closer, you can hear the conversation between two people. You do not recognize the person on the hollow transmitter, but ULAGO, you recognize one of the voices of the person in the room.
It's her.
You hear this young woman's voice. You can't make out exactly what they're saying yet, but you definitely know this voice is of the mysterious Don Kren that you met earlier.
Ah. Okay.
Do you continue down this path?
Yes.
Sure. Would you all give me a stealth roll?
Oh, fingers crossed. Ooh.
Oda, killing it. ULAGO. Okay, so you begin to head down this path, and ULAGO, Daeyos, it's almost a little too cramped for your armor, and you begin making noises. And
Can
although
I use
you're
my
not
advantage to help them at all?
not in this case. You could help them with their next roll, but you couldn't use it right now.
Yeah, it's okay.
You can right now you can get closer, Oda. If you want to sneak closer, you can do so. But ULAGO and Daeyos, it's to move forward anymore, you would make too much noise and alert this person of your presence. But Oda can move forward.
I passed them like some armor oil or something. Like, here, hold this. Use this for next turn. So you guys can, I'll spend my advantage so you guys each have an extra blue die on your next stealth roll. And then, yeah, I'll crawl closer and see what I can hear.
Okay.
Sure. ULAGO, Daeyos, the two of you sort of stay behind as Oda moves forward. Oda, from your vantage point in the ventilation system, you can see into a room that is very bare bones, very minimal. Much like all great Imperial rooms, it has but a simple chair in which a young woman in a gray uniform with the standard issue Imperial hat and black hair and dark skin sits staring at this giant holotransceiver. And the character that is in it, you do not see. All you see is this character's feet. You don't have the vantage point to see who this person is. But you notice that the legs and feet appear to be that of a Imperial officer of some sort, very nicely dressed. And you can see that the woman who is sitting there watching is a little flustered and perhaps attempting to hide it, but doing a poor job of it. And the woman says, I assure you, my work here is almost done. We're preparing to load the object now. And the man on the other line says, do not give me assurances. I've heard many assurances in my life. Perhaps you will be the next one to let me down. And the woman replies, I assure you, Moth, I will not do so. And the transmission ends, and the woman stands up and looks at the holo transceiver and slams her fist on the ground, or on the transceiver, and then walks out of the room.
Do I recognize that woman?
You do not, except she kind of reminds you of that woman you hit on at the pub, but you didn't spend that much time with her to, like, you know, really get a good look at her. You were busy trying to take her seat and, like, schmooze her and stuff. ULAGO would recognize her, though, instantly.
All right. She's out of the room. It's empty.
She has left the room, yes.
I say,
PR3, if I'm in an empty room, what do I need to look at to find your codes?
Look for a bank of monitors.
is that in here?
There are several monitors on the holo transceiver.
Can I, like, check the vent and see if I can, like, swing it open?
You 100% can swing it open, yes.
All right. I carefully sneak into the room and do my best to beep boot out a code.
Sure. Are you going to try and do so by yourself, or are you going to have PR3 help you through this?
Have PR3 help.
Okay. PR3, give me a computers roll, and anything you get from that will be used to help Oda.
Oh.
Yeah.
Some help you are.
So thankfully you have one advantage, but unfortunately, and you can give that to Oda, but unfortunately you don't help her in any other way with this process. So I'll give you one advantage dice, Oda, but
Use the light
here-
side, Oda.
Oh yeah, good call.
Press
always-
D
you always think of that.
// and then DIR/P.
Well, I guess let me roll for it first, just to see if fate smiles on me. Nope. Wait, triumph.
Okay.
Well,
So
I'm just gonna
here's
use
all
a
right.
force point though.
So here's what I'll say for this. Even though, so you go up to the computers, and even though you think you kind of get how this all works, and you have PR3 on your side, you simply cannot figure this out. There are far too many monitors and far too many buttons and doodads, very similar to when you tried to access the computer terminals on the Starship. It's a lot. There's a lot there. However, due to your triumph, I will let you know that this terminal is in fact incapable of doing what you want it to do. It's simply a holo transceiver, but you do see the last call came from someone named Governor Tarkin.
Does Oda know Governor Tarkin?
You very much know who he is. Yes, you're aware of his presence. He was a
Ew.
big deal.
Don't like that. All right, I get back in the vent hurriedly, and I go back to Daeyos and ULAGO, and I tell them everything I saw, and I describe the woman. Does ULAGO recognize her?
Damn, it's her.
Who?
Oh, not this shit again.
It's the one from the cantina.
Oh.
Set him up for that trap, remember?
She's bad news.
She
All
told me
right,
she
well,
was
we
an
need to
Imperial
find.
there.
She lied. I'm sorry. Are you all right?
They always do. I'll be fine.
We need to find another terminal.
Right, so
Right then.
go back, try a different one. I heard talking down the first one. I looked down. Didn't know what was going on though.
Is
So
that
that
the
one-
plan? Head down the first one.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. As you head down the first one, you again in a minute here are gonna have to roll for stealth. But the closer you get to the exit, you hear two men talking, and you recognize one as the voice of Commander Rains, who you've heard before, and the other as the Imperial cruiser captain, Captain Alder, who was harassing you when you were on the transport. They're both in this room together, and you can hear them having a discussion, but you can't make it out quite yet.
And do
You
I
can always
see
move closer.
the
gonna
kind of
try and move
terminal?
closer.
You'd have to get closer to see exactly what room they're
Okay.
in. But I would need rolls from you in order to do so. Stealth
get
rolls,
advantage
please.
Or-
Oh, and they both get an extra
they both get it, yeah.
advantage.
So the two of you can add a blue die to your roll.
Okay.
How do you add a blue die?
There, where it says dice pool, just press up on the blue one, and it will say +1. You can add it for this roll.
I'm just doing a regular roll, right?
No, you have a blue die.
Okay.
I still don't
That Oda
understand what
gave
you
you.
just said, but I don't need it.
On the dice pool,
Oh my
right?
god.
Where's
See
the
how there's
dice?
that little, very very top. See how there's that little blue, die there?
Oh, yeah.
You would just press 1 on that, press it up to 1, and then roll, and then when you're done, lower it back to 0.
I have one already on there, but I don't need. I shouldn't have that, right?
Yeah, take it
For
off
this?
for sure.
Okay.
Give me a roll.
Stealth. Doop.
Okay, so once again, Daeyos and ULAGO they're covered in armor. They're very unstealthy. However, Oda, you can sneak through with a little strain. You manage to make your way up to the ventilation system. And you can hear that Commander Rains is talking with Captain Alder. And Alder says to him that the operation's going very successfully, very smoothly, and that it's only a matter of time before everything's loaded onto the cruiser and they can leave. And Commander Rains goes on and on and on about how there's so much left to do, and they hardly have the information they need, and it's too soon. It's too soon. And again, Captain Alder mentions the name Tarkin and how they're on a time schedule and you need to go. And this conversation goes on for several minutes. It's definitely not being voice acted because it's a long one. And they have, but one of the things you notice is that the room they're standing in is a command center with numerous terminals and many screens showing different parts of the prison facility. And you definitely recognize that one of the terminals looks very similar to the one that you saw on the ship that helped unlock your prison cages.
PR3, I think I see the terminal. Do I have to use the actual terminal, or could I hotwire it from up here?
Do I know this? Or do I have to computers it?
Could wires be coming up through the wall that I could just get access to without going down there?
No, these you would have to do what PR3 did, which was literally scan the room. You are incapable of doing that.
It is an isolated network. You will have to be at the terminal in person.
All right, I shimmy back over to Daeyos and ULAGO, and I explain to them that it seems like they're moving some sort of important item. It's for Moff Tarkin, or Governor Tarkin, who is now being called Moff. And that they're not moving, but that is the room where we would need to access the terminal.
Right. So we need a distraction.
Yes. But not one that could get us caught.
What about PR3? Could he do something from the outside?
That's not a bad idea.
Like, get them on alert. They go, try to do whatever, and then we jump down.
Do I get the sense that this room is like always manned?
I mean, these two guys have not left this room. They're still having their conversation. You just like happen to catch part of it, but they're still talking.
Hmm.
There's only two
Perhaps
of them.
if
we could take them out.
maybe if we could mess with the shipment and put everyone on high alert.
Okay.
Do that.
Could we?
I'm gonna start crawling back towards where we heard the shipment.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
ULAGO, as you make your way back towards the hangar, you manage to peer sort of out one of the grates and look out. And while you can't see anything, what you do see is almost an entire cruiser's contingent of stormtroopers. We're talking hundreds of stormtroopers. They're officers. There are many people in this hangar, all moving various crates and boxes and things, almost as if they're attempting to, as the commander said, completely leave the prison. Like, take everything and go.
Okay. Oh, they're hard telling out here. Is there? I'm looking around for like a gas container or something that I could shoot from the vent that could
I like
just
the way you
cause
think.
chaos.
Let me see.
Explosions, always good.
So in the hangar, oh my god, in the hangar, you notice that there are two armored personnel transports. There are, this is just, I'm gonna save this number. Never mind, I can't give you this. You haven't rolled for this. There are a significant number of stormtroopers. There are many Imperial officers and Imperial Army staff. You notice that there are crates by the dozens, all stacked and ready to be loaded. There are two loading vehicles that they are moving back and forth. And one thing you do notice is that the Imperial Guard staff are helping as well.
Okay. But there's nothing I can shoot that will cause chaos.
There are crates. There are many, many crates, but there's nothing like an open container, like an open
Are there
red
any-
container of.
Are there any like
Explosive.
flamethrower troopers?
There are no flamethrower troopers. These are all standard
Oh, man.
Imperial Starship troopers.
Okay. How are the crates
But I will
being
say, I
transported?
gave you a clue. I will say I gave you a clue.
You gave me a clue?
Mm-hmm. Because I love you.
I'm not picking up on a clue. I'm not feeling any clue vibes coming off you.
Again, there are two armored personnel transports. There are a series of crates that are being moved by two sort of Star Warsy forklift vehicles. There are a large number of stormtroopers, Imperial Army personnel. There are officers, and there are the Imperial prison staff are there as well.
What
I
if
think you should.
shoot the forklift and have a shipment fall off of it and crash to the ground?
And maybe it'll look like the forklift just had a malfunction or something.
Yeah.
It's not going to cause much of a scene, is it? A forklift dropping a package.
Well, if it drops it and it breaks open, they're gonna be pissed about it at least. I don't know, man. I'm out of ideas.
It might explode.
Well, we don't know what's in there.
One can only hope.
Would be nice.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll I guess I'll shoot a forklift.
Okay, give me a. You are at what? Your weapon is. What range exactly?
My weapon. It goes all the way to extreme.
Goes to 11.
It does. You have an
And,
extreme range.
Yep, and if I am making checks at long or extreme range, I reduce the difficulty of the combat check by 1.
Great. Okay, so you have to roll against 3 die in order to pull
Okay.
this.
Does it say extreme?
Yeah. Extreme is usually 4, but since you have a -1, it is 3 instead of 4.
Okay.
Give it a shot.
Okay, I'm gonna add a blue dice for accurate,
Okay.
and I'm gonna shoot. Oh, should I use a light side for this? Do you think it's a good time?
By all means, yeah.
Yeah, because if you miss, and
Yeah, I can't really fuck it
Yeah,
up.
it's no good.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
use a light side to better
Great.
the roll.
Let me upgrade. Boop. There you go. Good luck.
All right. Range heavy. Let's do it.
Oh my god.
dang.
Yeah, so you crit this vehicle. Tell me, what does that look like, Sam?
He shoots the fuel tanker on the forklift and makes the entire thing explode.
Yeah.
The crates go flying everywhere,
Love it.
So
propelled by the
You-
explosion.
you shoot the fuel container on the back of this forklift that's powering the hover mechanics of it in some way, and this explosion rocks the hangar as all the crates sort of they fly off the cart. The pile of them sort of explode backwards, and officers and stormtroopers begin to panic and run around trying to put out the fires that you've caused. And so no one's looking for where that shot came from, or even if it was a shot. They just know that something exploded. All hell is broken loose down below. But one of the things you notice is that in all the cargo containers, as they explode and pop open, each one inside contains a person who then proceeds to stand up, brush themselves off, and stands still silently in the chaos.
More drones.
That's creepy.
Hello? What's going on? I heard something. Did you explode? Respond if you exploded.
We
Does
did
that mean
not
we don't
explode.
respond?
No response. I'm going to assume you're fine.
All right. Shall we go back, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, the alarms are screeching. It's that Star Wars that alarm that is going off everywhere in the building. There is a lot of chaos and panic, and you can hear people calling in orders and shouting for different soldiers to do various things. But one thing you do notice is that no one is running into the hangar.
Meaning nobody new came in to like help.
You'd have to roll to figure out what you understand about that.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right,
Perception.
Okay.
let me give you back down to normal. Yeah, it's a perception roll. Oda, you can't figure it out. Oh my god, but Dio, you 100%. It's weird to you, but I'll let you use your triumph in some way to figure something out. What would you like to know?
Oh god, team, help. What would be something that would be beneficial for us to know in this moment right now?
Well, we're trying to get like
The other
those
people
people
in here.
out of the control room.
Yeah.
So I guess we're trying to find out like if it worked or if there's like anything else we
Maybe-
could do to like get people to come out. Or
What do
if
you
we
think?
just learned that there's no like possible way to get people to come out of where they are.
Like if it's completely disconnected, like they're not allowed in or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You,
Uh,
you could potentially realize that all the people that like stand still and don't do anything could easily be us, and it might be a way to sneak around. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, I'll try that, I guess. I don't know.
know.
so what would you like to do? You want to...
What Strippin said.
Which was
Or-
what?
You could use
Or-
the chaos to like see a droid that we could grab.
Or
Okay.
another
Well, if we
portal to
drop
get
down
a
there though. There's, like hundreds of people. They're gonna see us, right?
There are... I mean, there's still... There are many people down there. So the chances of...
Yeah.
You're also hundreds of feet up in the air. So this
Yeah.
is... You know, this is a fall. If you come out here, you're going to fall down hundreds of feet to the hangar below.
And the sirens are going off in the whole building, not just this area, right?
Yes. Oh, they're going off everywhere.
Okay, and there's no one rushing here. So
There's no one rushing there. Yeah.
I guess that would be good to know. I guess something significant about what's going on in this room and if it has a disconnect to the rest of the building, I guess.
Sure.
Maybe they're not allowed
You-
to come in, or why aren't they rushing in if this is precious cargo?
Yeah. You remember that there is in fact on the data pad an exact number of guards, guard shifts, guards changes, things like that. And even though it's 2 cycles old, the guard number as you look over the room in the chaos is the exact same amount of people in Imperial security outfits and prison guard outfits that are in the room. You deduce that there are in fact no prison guards anywhere left in the building. They are all in fact in this hangar, which means that the rest of the building, except for that one room, may in fact be empty.
So I'm just sitting there
Whoa.
counting people.
1, 2, 3.
Have
You
the
use your
biggest-
very
Over.
you use your training to just really quickly, like you figure it out.
No shit. Well, there's no guards in the rest of the building. I think we
Well- Now's our chance.
Are you sure about that?
yeah.
100%. 'Cause if I drop down and there's a guard, it's going to be so awkward.
Well, that doesn't mean that there's not, other personnel, but there's no guards. They're all in here.
Okay.
Well, if you
so
did
we
want
just-
to overpower the people in that room, now would be the time then.
We'd have to do it before they could radio in, though.
Let's go.
Or we could just drop into the empty room and make our way to a different room.
Well, so we want to get into the room that had the 2 people talking. And if there's no guards guarding outside the room, we can just drop into that room, overpower those people.
Well, I think what Dayo's
Ooh.
saying is that if we try one of the other vents, we could just drop into an empty room and make
And then make
to
our way to a
and-
room with the correct thing that you're looking for, terminal that you're looking for.
Why would we do that?
Because if they radio in for backup, we have hundreds of people that are going to be breathing down our necks in seconds.
So you're saying we should find another terminal?
Yes. Time for door number 3.
All right.
Okay. The group of you head back down as the chaos of the hangar echoes behind you, and instead of going to room 1 or 2, you head to room 3 or 4,
3.
or to whichever one.
Well, I want to listen before we head down.
All right. Give me a roll. What do you hear? Perception check.
Nothing.
Nothing. As per usual, the fans very loud in this area for some reason.
Yeah.
These 3 and 4, it's like the fans right there. It's crazy.
Let me roll.
Go for it. Yeah, you strain a little bit, but you manage to hear down the other end, and it is completely silent. You hear a few beeps and boops, but sounds silent.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. You go down to the vent, and do you want a stealth roll for this? Do you guys want to stealthily go, or are you just going?
No, I'm gonna kick the vent out and drop out.
Okay. Yeah. You kick the vent out and drop down, ready to fight and throw down, but instead find yourself in a room with 8 droids all up against the wall, all shut off.
Nice.
Well, that was lucky. I dropped down next to him. Can we use one of
Jackpot.
these? These would work. I look back at
Yeah.
it. I'm like, just take this. PR3, we found droids.
Very good. A Malachian monkey lizard urinated on my leg. Please hurry.
Well, what do we do with the droids? What do we ask them? What do you need?
I mean, like, they probably use some kind of identification the droids would have to respond to just in case anyone became suspicious of them, like a number or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Would
that
they
makes
use
sense.
Imperial prison to, like, make sure that droids belong there?
Because we don't have.
I mean, they all would have a number, a serial number of some sort.
Yeah. Hmm.
Perhaps
And there's
a
no
service
other-
key.
There's no other like terminal or anything in here, too, right, Jesse?
There are many terminals that they are sort of jacked into. It's almost as if they are transmitting data or power or something is happening where they are all shut off, but the room you're in is functioning in some way. You just don't understand what. Although you can try and check.
Yeah, can I do a
That's definitely
computer's
gun
check to
check.
understand what they're
Yeah.
doing?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Nope.
No, you simply cannot.
And I feel horrible about it.
Yeah, you really tried. Computers are not your thing today, apparently.
She
It's really
described it to
stressful.
me.
Sure.
Yeah, can we like tech support this?
Mm-hmm. Of course you can.
Now I make a computer roll then?
Yes.
Mhm.
So, yeah, this computer roll will determine what is described to you, and if you understand.
Just like Crystal Maze, where we're like, I see 3 green buttons, 1 red, a lever.
Yeah, you will. Oh, easy. So the group of you over the comms begin to describe to PR3 the fact that this room appears to have many droids all up against the wall, all of them shut down, but connected through a series of wires and scomp links to the wall, and they appear to be transferring or communicating to the various terminals, and all of it is beeping in sort of a synchronistic, like as it goes around the room, like one, then the other, then the other, then the other, then the other, and there's sort of like an order to it all, and whatever it's doing, it's making several screens on the opposite end of the room light up in different colors and different displays. And PR3, you recognize this as a data transfer, and they're uploading all of their information to the cruiser above, almost as sort of a backup in case these droids are left behind on the planet and not taken. Almost as if they're trying to leave as fast as they can.
You have found the Imperial Droid Light Opera Society. Just kidding. It looks like a large information dump is being done off-site. Those droids are uploading ludicrous amounts of information.
Did you just tell a joke? Yeah, I think that was a joke.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm just so proud.
Stop it, I'll get weepy. Now, let's pay attention.
Alright, so what would happen if we were to disrupt the transfer, or if you were to impersonate one of these droids?
Interrupt. Oop.
Interrupting the transfer, I imagine, would catastrophically disrupt anything going on at the prison.
ULAGO starts shooting the droids in the head.
Is there something I can unplug?
Yeah, you can unplug anything. You can shoot anything. There's
I just
Wait,
I just
are we
unplug
supposed to
them.
open all of the prison doors?
Oh. No, these
We
are
don't
these
want
guys
to-
are just uploading. We're shooting the droid.
I don't think these droids can open prison doors.
Can I do a computers check to see if these droids could open the prison doors?
yeah, you can. I can't wait for this roll. Good luck. Nope,
Nope.
you have not a clue. You
Even though it's just
you
trying to
are
stop
not
us, I
feeling it
go-
today.
I start bashing in the heads of the other ones.
Yeah, they are turned off, and you are in melee range, so this requires literally not even a roll. You just start bashing away, and one by one, they just sort of collapse to the ground. Are you going to destroy all of them?
Leave one.
Can I rip?
Yeah, Logger, are
like,
you just shooting
off
them,
one?
blasting them in the face?
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice that the light that was moving around the room is now blinking and stuck on one. And apparently, whatever signal you've disrupted on the screen, you see in the weird Star Wars, it kind of looks like a meter, but isn't really a meter. Like, you know, like a data transfer, but it's a weird looking one. And you can see whatever it is, it's stuck at halfway.
Good job.
Very proud of myself.
But we need a droid that PR3 can impersonate, right?
Hello, according to what you described and my records, there should be an easy off switch which should terminate the communication. It should be a large red button any cursory examination could detect.
Do I see a big red button, Jesse?
Yeah, that's
Already
what we did for the
destroyed all
rest of them.
You already destroyed all of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
we got one left.
I thought there was still one left.
There is one left.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny that like you killed all these things you didn't have to.
Oh,
There definitely is one, yes.
yeah.
I
I,
put
I,
it-
Okay, sure. You push the button, and the one remaining droid, its eyes light up, and it just looks at you, and in a very PR3 voice says, "Oh my," and then looks around the room, and kind of backs up against the wall, and stares at you, and says, "You're not Imperial officers."
Neither are you.
Of course.
Such a bad comeback. You're going to give us your access codes.
My access codes? I think not. They are Imperial property.
Or I will shoot you.
I'm a droid. I don't fear being shot.
I gestured to all the droids on the floor.
And then it looks at the droids, then looks at you, and is just like, "Yes, they are shot."
You're at 3. We need help.
Can't you reprogram it or something?
Allow me to communicate with him.
I push
hold
Oda
up
towards the droid.
comm link.
Hello, I'm Imperial Protocol Droid PR3. How are you?
Hello, I am Imperial Protocol Droid M67. How are you?
I am fantastical. Tell me, are those ones in the room with you threatening you right now?
Yes, they are threatening me right now.
Aren't they just the most awful? And what is that ULAGO one wearing? How does he even move around?
I don't know. It is unseemly.
Well, I'm
In any
strong.
case, could you do me a little favor and provide me with access codes? I will come in immediately and dispose of them.
You have weapon systems?
Yes, Yes, I was heavily modified in favor of the Imperial Academy. I was given the role of extinguishing problems.
Weapon systems on a protocol droid. Most egregious.
You wouldn't say that if you saw how much fun you could have.
Fun is not in my programming.
Most unfortunate.
Most
Allow me
egregious.
to come up and show you.
You would show me fun. Fun is
Of
not
course I
in...
would.
Unacceptable.
Hmm. Do Imperial Protocol droids have any override ciphers that I would know about?
I mean, of course. Could you make
Can
one
you use them on
happen?
each other? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question. I guess you would have to make a computer roll to find
Alright.
out if you can.
Use the light side.
Mm.
All right.
Okay.
How many do we have left of those?
4.
If you use one, you'll have 3 left.
Oh yeah, we got tons. Sure.
Yeah.
The amount of time that we got. All right.
Well.
baby.
All right. So, you definitely, for some reason, in your programming, know how to override these access codes. It's almost like you were programmed to do something like this. You have overrides. You can convince this droid to be a little more cooperative.
I broadcast them then.
Sure. And the droid's eyes change from yellow to orange to blue and back to yellow. And it looks at the 3 of you and pauses, cocks its head, and says, "Oh, why didn't you say so?" and begins to head towards the door.
PR3, where is it going?
Factory default reset. It is now following primary original program.
Which is what?
Follow me, please.
There you go.
Yeah, it begins to
Just
sort
follow.
of beckon you to follow it.
I follow.
Yeah, you
Sure.
as the doors open into the corridor, you hear the alarm again, like this loud ass alarm, and it's a Star Wars
The
alarm.
alarm's
I
a
can't help
steel.
that's what.
Yeah, they got baby
Yeah.
seals up in the intercom room.
That's the Empire's evil. We all know this. They got baby seals as alarms.
Squeeze the
They're
seals.
terrible people. Yeah.
No.
And so you enter the hallway and you notice there's no one running up and down the halls. You notice it's very empty, except for the lights and the faint smell of smoke coming from further down the hallway. You see that in this long hall, there's another door next to you, and then across from you are 2 other doors, almost like there are 4 rooms here.
Wow.
I'm worried that they may be taking all the prisoners away. Should we locate what's ULAGO? Who was it again?
What
The
was his
brother.
name? Mr. Cox?
It's in the data pad.
Oh, the brother, the Cin Kad's brother is in fact named Zircad.
Droid, locate Zircad.
The droid goes over to a console in the hallway and proceeds to scomp in and pulls up a whole list of files and articles and HoloNet links and all sorts of things. It's just inside the mainframe of this computer, and begins to look through and says, "Zircad, imprisoned Sector 7, Cell 4.
And he's still there?
Location confirmed. Still present."
Great. Well, take us there.
Well, hang on. Oda, how are we going to get the droid inside?
PR3, how are you going to get inside?
Don't we just open the doors for him?
Yeah.
Can't this guy
What
do
if our
it?
friend
Then
here
that's the door.
opens the doors and escorts him in?
There you go.
Right. Good idea.
Yeah. So he goes and does that. We go find this guy.
Can we convince this droid to go and let PR3 in?
Yeah, I would let you do either a leadership or computers or however you want to, or I don't know if charm would work on a droid, but you certainly could try. Let's see if you can get the droid to go let PR3 in.
Okay. Let's try leadership.
Okay, go for it.
This is gonna be bad.
Yeah, ULAGO, you try your hardest to just be like, droid, let this guy in. And the droid looks at you and is like, I'm sorry, I'm working here.
Anyone else want to have a go?
Can I like use something other than leadership to get it to work? Like, can I
Sure.
try and what am I doing? I guess I'm like trying to. No, I guess I'll just use leadership.
Okay.
Let me try. Droid, let in PR3.
Yeah, the droid looks at you and goes, my colleague, PR3, of course. And pulls away from the terminal and begins to walk down the hallway towards the main entrance of the facility, which is at the very, very end of this hall. But you notice the computer terminal is still left on.
Can I
Are you going to try and roll computers again? Is this about to happen?
I want to try.
Okay.
No, I have bad computers too. ULAGO, do you have better computers?
Hell no.
I'm gonna try anyway. There you go.
Damn. All right. Yes. Dale, you managed to go to the computer terminal and you notice that there are a bunch of folders open and there's a bunch of links to different things. Most of it is pretty standard Imperial operational stuff like shipping manifests, going back up to the ship, signatures for various articles and contracts and things like that with the prison itself and the town. Various, non-important things. However, because of your success, you do notice that there are, in fact, several files that appear to be in sort of a restricted area on the computer. And you can try to access those if you would like.
I'm gonna try, yeah.
All right. Go nuts.
Do I roll computers again?
Yes. You can also
God.
use a point if you want light side, if you would like to try.
I don't know if this is worth light side. Ugh.
You got an advantage, so I'll give you this. You managed to unlock the first layer of coding around these files, but you cannot break through. What you do know is that they are communique from someone in Imperial High Command to someone on this prison station. And the files are all listed with various code names. And some of the code names that you see are Mark Omega, Red Dawn, Stellar Sphere, Pax Aurora, Stardust, Torrent, Eternity, Cluster Prism, and Black Saber. But other than that, you do not recognize anything about them. These names ring no bells to you. You just know them to be things that are possibly important, but you cannot hack into it.
I pointed out to the others, and I'm like, I don't know if there's a way. Maybe we wait for PR3 to get here. This looks like a really important file to get into, but I don't.
I mean, there's no
I'm
time.
messing
We
this
gotta
up.
go.
I mean, if you insist, are you sure this is some good information? There's got to be good information. There we gotta
Look.
go.
We got 2 million credits on the line, or our heads. We gotta get this guy before they stick him in a box. We know where he is. We should go now.
You know, this shit's
Agreed.
probably really, really valuable. And this folder is probably worth way more than 2 million credits. You know that, right?
Do you know how much 2 million credits is?
Yes, I know how. Yes. I know how
Okay.
much 2 million credits is.
Let's get this guy.
If you say so.
Just remember the names of the files. We can get them on the way out.
Outside, the giant metal doors of the prison open, PR3. Have you made your way there? Are you waiting for this droid?
No one told me he was coming.
Great. So the giant doors open, and the droid stands there, and no one's present. The droid looks around, and then looks back at the entrance, and looks around, and then just taps his little metal foot. It's like, most egregious.
I look at Oda and I'm like, where's PR3?
PR3, have you met the droid we sent yet?
You sent a droid.
Yes.
Oh, I guess we should have
To
told
open
him.
the door for you.
Well, thank you for leaving me in the loop. I'm on my way.
You're welcome.
So meanwhile, while PR3 does that, the group of you head back to where? You're going to go back into the prison itself?
Well, yeah, we know exactly where his cell is now, right? So we're just gonna head
Yeah.
there, I guess.
You very
Yes.
much do. However, heads up, the prison cells are on the other side of the hangar.
Let's go through the ventilation system.
You're going to go back into the room you came from, or you're going to try a different room?
To get into the ventilation system?
Yeah.
Let's just go from the room we came from.
Okay. So you head back into the room, and because you got down, I'm going to give it to you that you can easily get back up into this ventilation system.
Nice.
However, you make a ton of noise, but since everyone in the room is dead, it doesn't matter. You murdered all those droids, and so you head back up into the ventilation system and back across towards the intersection where you know that to the left was the prison cells. And in those cells, there are many detention blocks, right? And so it's not just a row. There are several different detention blocks, and at the very end is a do not enter room. Once you get into this area, you hopefully remember which detention area and cell to go to. And so
7, cell 4.
And so you enter this area, and because the schematics that you've seen, you kind of know where on the ventilation charts to exit at. However, once again, you find no guards, no movement, no nothing. It's almost like you could drop down and not disturb anyone. You can't see anyone walking the halls as you make your way through the vents.
We should have had the droid unlock the cell.
Well, isn't he with PR3?
PR3,
Yes.
would you please have our friend unlock detention block 7, cell 4?
Without question.
Nice. I want to run up to the cell before it
Jesse?
unlocks.
Yes. Yes.
Check your DMs when you get a sec.
DMs, man. He's sending me the DMs. So you go to above this area, and you hear a like you hear the red hiss of the laser grid of this cell shut off, and you recognize that you're above this cell where this character would be.
I want to drop down because I want to make it clear that we were the ones that opened it.
Sure. Do you drop down inside the cell or in the hall where the cell is?
In the hall outside.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sort of fall down. Do the other two join
Yeah.
her? in
Yep.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah, the three of you drop down into this hallway, and before you is a feline male laying on a bed, like a metal bed, one hand on his cheek, and he looks at you and goes, "Aren't you a little short for an Imperial guard?"
So unexpected.
And then gives you a little smirk and a smile.
I am short for an Imperial Guard, and that's because I'm not one. Congratulations, you're being broken out.
Bounty hunters.
Just friends of the family.
I like this. And he stands up and sort of brushes himself off, and he's like, "All right, get me out of here."
All right, come along.
He just begins to follow you. And where do you go now?
I mean, we can leave now, right? PR3's
Nope,
inside.
nope.
He can do what he wants.
No. We gotta meet up with him.
PR3, where are you?
In the control room with my companion.
All
Oh, look
right,
at that.
let's
They're getting
go.
along so nice.
I go to
PR3
the control room.
PR3, you're in the control room right now. What would you like to do now that you're in there?
See if Senator Vestas is being held here.
Sure. Give me a computer roll. Let's see if you can figure that out. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is no information of a Senator Vestas here.
Hmm.
Now, it could be under a code name, it could be under something else, but no one is named that in the computer here in this prison.
Hmm. Oh God, I'm trying to think of any additional searches I could do. What do you think?
You tell me.
Maybe like the date of capture or something.
Would I even know that really? Do they have those records, like the actual arrest records too? Yeah.
Sure, of course.
All right, I would know the date that he got captured, wouldn't I?
Sure.
I can check if anyone came in on that date.
Yeah, give me that roll.
Another computer.
Yep. Yes. All right. Well, you immediately recognize that on the date of capture, one person was brought to this facility, and the data records for it do not list the name, just an inmate number. But what it does say is that this person was part of Shipment 4. And is no longer at Bleak Point Station.
I would love to search for shipment 4 and if there's any information on it, if there's destination.
Sure, with your roll, I will say that Shipment 4 was headed to the Outer Rim, to a planet that you do not recognize. It is not listed in your database.
Wow.
It seems my query is not present here. He is at an undisclosed location. Further analysis will be required after this operation.
Speaking of analysis, you can't find us a way out of here, can you?
Without question.
Search for a way out for them.
Yes, of course. You can roll a computer check to determine a pathway out. Yeah, unfortunately, bad news, y'all. The only way out from where you're at now is back through that interchange and towards the hangar. In the hangar itself, there's a dock outside where you have seen transport ships at, but you have to go through the hangar in order to escape. The only other exit from this hallway of cells is the main hall that leads to the room that says "Do not enter."
Or we could go back from whence we came, right? We could stuff our new friend into the ventilation system and go back that way,
You
right?
jumped down from the ventilation system, so you would have to probably athletics check and roll to like lift each other up to get up into it again. You could definitely try, but we'd actually have to do stuff more than just we're in a small room and we can like go in and out.
Mm-hmm.
You could
Well,
try.
I think we should try. So
Okay.
I'll make an athletics check for like jumping and grabbing the lip or something.
Great.
Well, you don't need to jump and grab. We could just lift you.
Oh, there you go.
No.
All right.
I get ULAGO and this guy over, and I'm like, lift me up, then I can help pull everybody up. Just get me up there, please.
Am I
Sure.
rolling athletics?
Who is being lifted first?
I'd like to go first so I can help pull everybody else up since I'm a little bigger than
Great.
Oda.
All right. Yeah. So, who is lifting you? This is the person who will have to do the athletics check.
Wait,
I'm too
difficulty 3
heavy.
though?
Yes, because Daeyos is in heavy armor, hence
Yeah.
heavier.
Uh,
So ULAGO tries to push you up and get you into this vent, but you are just too heavy to lift up
We
as
just have
high as
3
this vent
giant-
is.
we just have 3 giant
Sure.
people and then Oda.
Just put me up there. Give me a rope. I'll throw it down.
What are you gonna do?
Where are we
Hold
gonna
the
get a rope?
while- Yeah, what are you gonna do with that?
We
Pull
didn't
us
bring
up?
rope.
I didn't bring
What were you
bloody rope.
thinking?
Why
I
would
was
we
thinking
have
I
rope?
wouldn't need rope.
Can't believe this.
Didn't picture, today going like it did, and I looked down at her and I'm like, I don't think you're big enough to pull us up. I'm just gonna be honest.
Jesse,
It's not the
turned
size
and-
of the person that matters.
Yes,
It is
Bikeman.
their strength though.
does this facility have any pre-recorded emergency messaging?
Nice.
It does have pre-recorded emergency messaging.
Pardon me. No doubt you are trying to figure out a way to get around the hangar back on this side. Perhaps I can help. Perhaps
Okay.
I can access the pre-recorded emergency system and redirect the personnel to another place.
Go for it.
Could attempt to access it. Do we have? I mean, like, will there be options, or should I choose something specific?
There will be options. You can also be very specific. The thing I pose to you is, where would you have them move? The options are the main entrance, the outer ship dock, or the place where all of your friends currently are, the prison cells. Those are
You're
your
such a dick move.
options. And one of them, the outer area is where the shuttles are, which is what your friends want, kind of. And the other is the main entrance of the building. They can make it there.
Are there any contingencies for the Emperor is displeased with this place, so he's purging every single person that is alive inside?
Not that would be in the system. There always are contingencies for the Emperor to kill everyone.
That'd be scary.
But not within
so,
the system here.
All right,
It's
you
not-
never know if he pre-recorded. Like, he doesn't have time to deal with all these people who fail all the time, so he would just pre-record a message and put it on the PA system and then kill them all.
No, that's not, unfortunately, not here.
If you're hearing this, you failed me.
I'm
You're
incredibly
all
displeased
dead.
with your performances.
Make your way
Yeah,
to the
no,
entrance.
there's no message from the Emperor here.
All right, just making sure. All right, you have to check this sort of thing, right? So, God, I guess sending them. Oh God, where are we exiting from? We're going underground after this. If I send them to the front, there's access back into the underground. Like, we could get back into the vents if we needed to, or whatever, right? I couldn't. Obviously,
If you
'cause
send them underground, you could head into the hangar, and then from there get to the compactors and the underground area. Sure.
Okay, so sending them out the front door would be fine. I honestly think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want
what
to
is it,
send
like
them
a
all out
fire
front door?
emergency or like yeah? What's the message?
Sure. You proceed to hit there is a gas slash
Poison gas, yeah.
Yeah, like a poison gas emergency, and everyone should evacuate to the front. All personnel immediately exit through the main entrance until the gas emergency is contained.
Is there
And
not? Is there not a way for PR3 while he's at the terminal control room to check and see what's in that secret room? The room that was in
sure.
the data pad.
I could always try.
Yeah, give it a roll. Give me a computer check.
Mm-mm-mm.
Nope.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you try to access this information, it does not allow you to do so from this terminal. In fact,
Yeah.
it's only allowed access through one terminal in the entire building, and that is the terminal that was on the HoloNet transceiver in the one room where Oda originally dropped down into.
Okay.
My curiosity is piqued.
Mhm.
As you stand in the one of you give me a perception check to see if you realize this, because you're still standing in this hall of cells.
All of
I
us
have,
perception?
I mean, Ulago's fine. This
Okay.
works.
I'm not. Nope, I don't know it's anything.
Yeah, Oda, you are still like a little upset and shook about this whole day. It's been rough.
It's a lot.
But Ulago, you notice all around you, every cell is filled. And every cell is filled with individuals just staring at you. Not saying like, hey, help me, just staring at you. And every single one of them has tinted yellow eyes.
I turned to the guy we rescued. What's wrong with them?
Those street rats. I don't know. They're brought here and placed inside these cells. Probably common criminals. I don't associate.
No, but what's wrong with them? Why are they just sitting there?
I don't
I've seen this
know.
before.
I'm sure you have, but I've been here for quite some time, Hotshot.
Don't call me
And
that.
they're always like this the whole time we've been here.
All they do is stare, even the cute ones.
And you don't find that odd at all.
I don't
Why
care.
you not like them?
Yeah. What makes you so special?
Well, you see, when the guards come to take me away, I like to take them for a ride instead.
Dude, we don't need to know your preferences. That's too much information. But
He winks at you, and he's like,
I'm sure you've seen what we can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
She has. Very intimately.
Oh god. I just walk away.
Well, the jailbreak's not going to work. They'll just bloody sit there.
Well, we should make our way towards the exit, right?
Through the hangar?
No. Yes. No. Maybe. I don't know. What did PR3 say?
He sounded the alarm. He said, everyone go to the entrance.
Okay.
Yeah, so we
that.
just need to
What's
look
that
like
say?
we're.
Hear that?
Yeah.
Okay,
think
well,
we're
then
good.
you
Go.
look, the coast is clear.
Sure.
Let's go.
Give me a. You guys can decide how you do this. You can either go speedily or stealthily.
Stealthily.
I agree.
Stealthily.
All right. I
Actually,
need
no.
all
Should
of
we
you
go
to roll
speedily?
me-
Don't all of us had good. I don't think any of us have good stealth. This might be pointless.
What's the roll for speed? Athletics?
Yes.
Well, I can't stealth, and my. Well, actually, they're the same. Never mind. Doesn't matter to me.
All right.
My athletics is better.
Let's
right,
get
so
the
you guys
hell out
just
of here.
wanna
Let's
run
double
through?
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
we're
go for
going.
it. All of you roll for me, please.
Athletics.
Yes.
Ew.
Dayo, Oda.
Oh,
Lago. Damn.
a
So-
blank yellow dice.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That's a very low chance of that happening. You the group of you begin to run down the hallway with this Feline behind you, and you're in such a hurry that Dio, you begin to stumble, and you hit ULAGO, and he falls to the ground and sort of rolls a little bit. But because you got some advantage, ULAGO, you look up from where you fell, and you see in the cell before you a familiar face.
In the cell itself?
In the cell, a familiar
Okay.
face, one of the Clatoonians that was on your ship sits in the cell.
No.
His eyes, a twisted yellow.
No.
Do I end up seeing this as well?
Yeah,
After
you
him?
all. I mean, now that ULAGO is looking at it, you all take note that this person is there.
I just
I
wish
picked
we could
ULAGO
change
and I'm like,
them
"We need to
back.
keep going." Nope, we need to keep going. Keep going.
We'll come back for you.
No, we won't. Keep going. I like push
I
her
like
off.
let Dio carry me. We'll come back.
ULAGO, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
All right. Even though you don't recognize the other faces, you do sort of a quick turn, and in one of those movie-esque, the camera moves around you moments, you begin to notice that all of these cells are filled with these people, all staring at you, all silent, just like watching you run away. Something has been done to them, and it hits you that all of these people said we're going to leave. The Empire is leaving this prison, and they apparently are not taking these people.
Right. Yeah.
PR3, open all the doors, all the cells, open them all.
One
Wait,
moment.
that might be a terrible idea. What if they try and grab us like last time?
Yeah, are you trying to get us killed right now, or whose side are you
Well,
on?
like,
Opening doors now.
Okay, keep running. We better
be
them out.
free.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
as you say-
I'm just gonna like
As you say, be
silence
free,
them.
and the doors open, no one steps out of them.
Oh,
The cells, all of the power shuts off. No one steps out of them. As you run by, you see the people just standing there, staring at you, almost like the people from earlier. They're waiting for their masters to give them orders, and they have no orders. They're just standing there, doing
I'm
nothing.
ordering them to be free. Does that help?
You are not their master, unfortunately.
Okay.
And they just look at you as you continue to run by, and you exit out into the hangar, and it is completely clear. There's no one there. There's a fire in the middle of the room that has been partially put out, but due to PR3 shenanigans, they managed to evacuate the area and head towards the entrance. However, PR3...
Wait, before I head out, can I grill this robot I'm with a little bit about this facility and its
course.
function? Yeah.
Yeah. Go for it.
This facility, what is its primary function?
This is a prison, obviously.
What is? God damn this button.
What is in the restricted area?
I don't know. It's restricted.
What is wrong with the ones with yellow eyes?
Oh, they've been re-educated.
Define re-educated.
Made better for the purposes of the Empire.
They have been made docile and open to command.
Yes, isn't it wonderful?
Fascinating. How was it done?
I do not know.
Is there a way to access this information quickly?
One would assume, enter there. And he points to the sign, or not the sign, but the room that you know to have the sign that says, do not enter.
Well, I'm an Imperial droid.
I go where I want, so I'm going to check it out.
So you're gonna. All right. So you're gonna leave this room and go
If they don't
back
come
across
back in,
the. So you're gonna leave the room
I mean,
and
if they
go
come
back
back in,
across the hangar
I work
all
here.
the way. Okay. Yeah. As you open the door, you see stormtroopers marching past you, heading
Mhm.
towards the exit. None of them question you. They all just sort of keep marching. As always, droids don't really exist. No one really cares. And
Mhm.
you begin to head towards the hangar. When you come into the hangar, you see it completely empty, except on the opposite side are Dayo, ULAGO, Oda, and this Falleen character, Zur. And they're far enough away that you'd have to like shout at them to communicate, but you can do so. What do you tell them you're going to do? Because they just see you enter the room.
Who cares about them? I'm gonna keep going.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, you went into the restricted zone.
He's going there. He's headed there right now.
I'm
He's
headed
going to
there.
go.
Oh,
We
Probably
follow
got it's
him?
probably got information that I'm gonna need.
I grab Oda's arm and I start dragging her that way. If she lets me.
Free.
She's not
Yeah, I
even
let
paying
her.
attention because she wants him to be free.
Yeah.
Yeah, ULAGO, are you just going to stay there with the Falleen in the hangar? What are you going to do?
Are they following?
No, they've decided to turn around and go back to the room that said, "Do not enter."
I look to the prison. I'm like, I knock my head to the side and go, what's in there? Do you know?
Of course not. I have
Oh,
no
for
idea
God's
what's in there.
sakes. Come on. I drag him and I follow.
Yeah, so the group of you go, like, Beans go back, and he's like,
I'm not. Are you crazy? I'm not going back in there.
You are,
There
because
you
I'm the
are.
one getting you out.
There's nobody here. I think I can take care of myself.
There's no one here, because they're all at the entrance. You're not going to get past the hangar.
There's plenty of ways.
We need
out,
another
my
way
friend.
out.
Please.
and he like looks around the room. He's like,
I can think of 8 ways out of here.
Name 2.
I don't want to.
That's what I thought. Come on then. I start dragging him towards the door.
Yeah, he's putting up quite the fight, and it slows you down, catching up to Dayo, PR3, and Oda, who are now moving very quickly back through the cells as they pass all these people again, who are just staring out at them. Would any of you like to do a perception check?
Yes.
Yep.
Who wouldn't? It's the thing to do this season.
Sure would.
Do it. Oda
Wow.
still lost.
I doubled on accident.
Yay!
My mouse double clicked. Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, Oda, Dayo, the two of you are lost to it. You are caught up in the fact this is really creepy and weird. PR3, you recognize from your scans that even though you can't really tell humans apart, right? You recognize that in these cells, everyone you listed as a passenger of the prison ship is here.
Interesting.
In this hallway, even though you can't tell, like faces, you don't really do, humans, gross. You recognize the fact that every prisoner from the prison ship is here.
Mm-hmm.
You set them free to be immediately captured.
Cool. PR3 doesn't really care.
Yeah, it doesn't bother you. It's thank God that that Oda or Dayo didn't notice that in one of these cells, that cute couple is definitely mind zombied right now. Yeah.
So
but they don't know.
Egg.
Dang
Yeah.
it.
Who knows what happened to that egg? Who knows?
Mhm.
Probably got little yellow eyes too. So
There's a very
you
real
head down-
possibility that they did this to my master, and I'm going to need to know what it is and deal with it if I'm going to follow, or what they're sending, why they're doing it to send these people to where. Yeah. So I need to know the process and what's going on with that.
Sure. You begin to head further down this hallway, and you pass into this corridor, and there's a big ominous looking door in front of you. And just to give you an example of what this looks like, you come through the cells, and there's this, like a antechamber, and then a bigger door. And so you're standing in the antechamber right now of this giant whatever this is.
Okay. I notice any access points or
Just the door. There's
security? Or just the door.
no security, no nothing.
Oh god, it's remote
Ulago, you're
access.
sort of moving down the hallway. You're a little bit further behind them in the prison cells. Dragging this Feline who is not cooperative.
He's like, if we could just get out of here. You're so
Mm.
dumb. Why are we doing this?
I don't know, but I'm on the one with a gun, so you're going to stay in front of me and keep walking.
You're gonna threaten me. My brother will kill you, man.
It's probably going to kill me anyway. Fucking get walking.
Yeah, he's walking very, very slow. He's holding you up in this process. You can leave him behind and go meet your friends. You can keep pushing him. It's your call.
Why are you going so slow? You're making this worse for the both of us.
No, just for you.
And he he just keeps taking his time and trying to convince you to go back the other way. Meanwhile, at the door, Dio, Oda, PR3, what do you do?
Do I have any sense of wires or electronics or from the floor plan, like where there's got to be a remote thing that opens this? Or
There is, in fact,
no records?
no wires, no electronic records, no nothing. It's almost like this is just a door, and on the other side is just a non-electronic room.
Mm-hmm.
This room contains information. Necessary information. We will find a way in.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I did find a folder earlier and it had stuff in it. Don't know if it helped this, but on the computer, and I can't really hack them. So
Let me examine it.
I guess I don't know where the room. We take him. I take him back to the room while dragging.
That room is currently filled with Imperial stormtroopers at the moment, so you
What?
definitely do not want to take him back.
Nope,
Mm.
never mind. We're not going back there.
Oh man.
Distressing.
Okay, what's the plan? How do we get this open? Do you have any idea?
What's the floor look like around that? Is it all like solid plate?
It is
The
solid
walls,
plate.
no grading whatsoever.
Yeah,
vents?
no. There's no grading, no vents, no nothing. Just a door.
There
Knew I should
wasn't
have taken a
any vents in there
blowtorch. Damn it.
Didn't we have a choice when we first entered to go that way? In
You
the
did.
vent?
Yeah, you definitely could. But also, you could also just approach the door.
Oh
I-
yeah.
I approached
You just
the door.
walk up to the door.
Oh, we could do that. I'm just
I thought I
kidding.
was in front of it.
Yeah, I thought we were already in front of it, staring
No,
at
you're
it.
in the antechamber. You're in the antechamber of the
Oh.
door. If you wish to approach
Yeah.
it, by all means.
I approached the door.
Yes. Will you roll for me? What would this even be? This would be a how would you even roll for this? When you approach the door, would you roll for me a athletics check?
All of us?
Oh, by the way, Anna, Dio and PR3 have agreed to walk towards this giant metal door. And I'm having the three of you roll an athletics check to see what happens.
Oh god,
Okay.
it's got security systems.
Good. Yeah. All right. So the group of you all roll just fine. You approach this door, but as you do, the door before you opens as the antechamber around you closes and seals tight. You manage to get out of the way of the antechamber ceiling, but ULAGO, you and the Feline are stuck on the other side with the
No.
cells. As the door seals, you can see the feet of Dio, PR3, and Oda on the other side, and a bright red glow. And ULAGO, that's the last thing you see of our three friends, as on their side, they see a room covered in a red hue and red light with black metal obelisks on the side of the hallway leading towards another room on the far side of the hall. That room is almost pitch black except for what you can see as a stand in the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to investigate. I have my suspicions that you should perhaps turn around.
It's like I
If we
said that for a
turn around,
second, and
it's not-
everything went to hell.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting out. These doors are sealed.
PR3, as you begin to walk down the hall, you notice that with each step you take, little lights underneath you begin to illuminate in a whitish glow, sort of lighting your way down the hallway. And as you enter the room, all these lights on the floor turn on and sort of shine up at you as you approach the pedestal. And on the pedestal is an old box made of, surprisingly, not what boxes are currently made of. This one is made of some type of wood. It is very strange to see wood being used in an Imperial facility that isn't, say, in the capital, in some senator's gaudy residence, right? This is a very strange thing to see.
Any scans on the box to yield any results?
Yeah, you scan it and you find no metal. It looks like it's made of wood. The screws are wood. It's very old.
We'll open it.
What are you guys doing?
Standing way back.
I told you to be at the door. Did you listen?
Yeah, I did. And I would probably try to make Oda listen, because we still have the voice comm thing, right? So
You do, but you have it, and you're right next to PR3, who has the other one.
I think
no,
Oda is
no,
like.
I thought he was walking down the hall like a distance.
Oh,
So
I mean, it's not a long hallway.
Mm.
It's just
okay.
very ominous looking.
Okay. Yeah, we're standing at the door, and if we can still talk to him, fine. Then yeah, we're still here.
All right.
I think that Oda is like very emotionally overwhelmed from everything she's seen, so she's kind of just letting Daeyos drag her around everywhere.
Okay. Yeah, PR3, what do you do?
Fascinating.
I opened the box.
Yeah. As you open the box, you reach down to touch the pedestal that it's on, and the pedestal lights up, and the room itself begins to glow, and it's revealed that there are, along the walls, many racks in which people can be tied down to. And when you open the box, inside, as the music swells and it begins to be, very dramatic, you look down and there's nothing inside. We cut to outside as ULAGO and the Faline are just standing around. Like, he looks at you, ULAGO, and is like,
Are you kidding me? We should just go right now.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
as you turn around in the hallway are a series of stormtroopers and one very attractive, dark-skinned, dark-haired woman in an Imperial officer's outfit. And she looks at you and says, "Well, well, Captain TIE Fighter, meet again." And that is where we will end for today.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you
Wow.
all
Now, dude.
for going back like crazy people. Thank you all for falling for the old don't go in that room, go in the room, find nothing trap. Yeah.
I didn't fall for nothing to clarify.
The second I
Just
leave,
dragged
we
along.
end up in the do not go there room.
It's boring if you don't fall for things.
That's true.
Yeah. But now I'm never gonna fall for things again. Thanks.
Oh man.
You
And
keep telling
so-
yourself that.
That is a relief off for this episode. But let's go around this room and find out what everyone's up to this week. Strippin', what's going on with you, dude?
Chilling, dude. Playing Temtem. Just dropped yesterday when my net allows. And yeah.
I saw you
Spinning
got
me
like
for a
the best Temtemmon or whatever it was. Something. You tweeted something
got-
about.
I got a shiny one, like about an hour in, and they're like super rare, like 1 in 6,000 chance or something. So everyone was very jealous. So I've just been flaunting it like a madman.
That
And
sounds
everybody's
right.
sick of me now. But yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Anna, what are you up to?
Not a whole lot other than hopefully getting some streams in. So you can check my social media at Anna Prosser for when those come up. And hanging out with my dog. This is Poa, aka Poa No Nose. And I know. Look at
It's
her.
like a Star Wars creature.
She
I
is.
love you.
She was the cutest dog to grace the face of the planet, and then we had to cut her nose off because it had cancer in it, and then it turned out she was
Aw.
even cuter. Yeah, she's on Instagram, Poa No Nose. There's lots of really good photos on there. Right, Poa? Yeah. That's all. I don't know. I don't have much this week.
Okay. I mean, the dog wins, so I can't do better than that.
I made her the
Bikeman.
hoodie.
Oh,
Hmm?
I hate that you made that. All right.
It has
It's
a
wonderful.
hood.
It's beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my
Aw.
god. It's like now we are at Ewok status.
I know.
I hate this. Bikeman, what are you up to this week?
I'm probably I temmed a little tem last night, so probably a little bit more, and then also still working on that Monster Hunter grind.
I temmed a little
Yeah.
tem.
Temmed a little tem every now and then. I've been known to in college. I experimented with a little tem. You know,
No
Tem
shiny,
on
I'm not proud of it.
no shiny yet.
No.
Pocket, what's going on with you?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Anna. No major plans. Gonna work on cosplay. Keep ruining my sleep schedule just a little bit more every day. And then why are you? Oh, I thought you were zooming in. And my camera's apparently laggy all day, or all streams. So hopefully fix that by next week. But it's an exciting week of snow and being trapped inside. I hate Kansas so much.
Well, that's it for us. Thank you so much.
Oh, what are you doing this week? You
Yeah,
shit?
what are you doing?
What am I doing, you ask? It's so weird. I am going to be doing things of a secretive nature that I can't talk about. But more importantly, I'll be planning terrible fun tortures for Sam next episode because you got, my friend. You got.
You think
Should've
I
just
got, but I'm gonna start blasting.
All right. Good luck.
We'll see.
I can't wait to see how that works out.
That is a go-to response for him.
It is. So far it's worked very well. The man blew up a hangar today. Yeah, I don't know, like playing video games and being a nerd on the internet and doing nerdy shit. That's what I do. And trying my hardest to make it in this crazy world of ours. One day at a time. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. We're out here, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Where's the payoff? Bring the strippers and booze. We do occasionally talk about video games. Bring the strippers and booze. Not enough time for video games. Bring the strippers and booze.
Oh, thank God, I don't need pants now.
Hey, JC, what are you doing? Not much. Making a fortune.
Yeah, now sing music.
Bring the strippers and booze.
I'm here.
here to ask and answer one simple question.
It's a production of podcast.